Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back in. Thanks for tuning in. Today it's my IS-2. Do you guys load into games and then watch initial deployment and say something stupid like this is a loss? I do this way too much. Sometimes I even type it when I'm a little bit frustrated. Quite often later in a session when I probably shouldn't be playing anymore because I've been frustrated. You know, because you should win 100% of the times, right? However, what I will say, see here I'm going to type and cry. What I will say is I am wrong more often, or sorry, I am wrong. Maybe that's right. I am right more often than I'm wrong, because after you've played this game for a long time at a certain level, you have a pretty good idea of the meta and what positioning wins generally and loses generally. But guess what? You got to play the game, kind of like college football, where anything can happen any given Sunday or Saturday or Friday night lights or whatever, you know, football analogy I'm trying to use. You got to play the game. That's why computers don't decide who wins the national championship or whatever tournament of whatever kind of sport you're talking about. And the people actually have to play the game. So play the game. Play the game. We weren't going to win over there. There's no way driving my IS-2 up into the blimp where the heavies generally brawl was a good idea. The North Cap more and more is abandoning that fight because of the imbalance of getting shredded by being shot in the side, trying to get up to it. I still believe it's better to try to get up there and win it, but I had zero support, so why throw away the tank? Let's just hang out. Sniper IS-2, it's what I got right now, right? We have a significant overmatch, hopefully, going on the 1-2 line. So maybe those guys are closet geniuses and they're going to make something happen for us over there. At the very least, I'm not going to throw my tank away. Got the RHM. I won't say camping. I mean, he's doing his TD thing, so hopefully he can bring his gun to bear, especially if they try to be foolish and push. And the IS pokes his head up, and the Su-100 wide does some awesome work spotting. He's the largest spotter known to man. It's like an apartment building is hidden in that bush over there. And provided he doesn't shoot, he's probably going to get some good spotting. I saw that guy. I'm like, oh man, I missed that. Would have been a good shot. Look at the VK. So the VK, there's an AMX and a VK. The VK is kind of doing what you want to do if you know you've won the blimp. Cross down here into the river bottom and come up and start spotting and hopefully get lights on the guys camping. And then start getting shots for your guys hanging out back here. But for some reason he kind of comes halfway down and then stops and takes it and then he backs out. I thought I might get a shot, but I did not have it. I don't use this position very often. Certainly not as a sniper IS-2. But we're just going to hold this. I kind of expect what's going to happen here is what generally happens is the purple team's going to push down into the river bottom and try to push this corner. So I want to be here and hopefully punish them a little bit if they make that move. BK is starting to move up to get the spots. There's the AMX trying to come out into the open. Now, the enemy team is doing exactly what you don't do, and I just shoot some giant softball into space. Very surprised I didn't get lit, so pretty bad cruise on those guys over there. Also, the trees may be helping me out. But they're doing the exact wrong thing. That went into the tracks, or the road wheels didn't quite get any hitbox behind it. Despite a long reload, we should be able to close this guy out. He's trying to get away, and we'll just boom, there we go, fantastic. And that's what happens when you come out into the open. There's no reason to do that. Just take a look at it. Plus, the guys over on the other side are doing a good job. So at this point, it's basically won, provided we don't really screw up. Right? I looked at the game that was played. I whined a little bit, and then I adjusted to that game. I figured more than likely, especially at tiers like this, they'll win the east flank and push, which they didn't win the east flank. There just wasn't anybody there. And then they walked out into a buzzsaw. Plus our overmatch, for a wonder, did something. Look at them. They're just zerging down the west side of the map right there. So really what you're kind of looking at here a little bit is more of an organized type of strat-ish. You got your clumped up tanks all moving together and gobbling things up. You have a couple guys watching in another direction, being a little more defensive, and you're starting to beat these guys up. Now, understand, I'm not saying it is exactly a organized kind of strat. It's not. But it's a little bit more organized than you might expect from randoms. And one of the reasons why we did okay over here is I did not just push into them and die. Although I just did right there, didn't I? Very surprised, actually. I was a little bit surprised about the T-25/2. I didn't realize he was there. Hadn't been spotted yet. So I lose a bunch of hit points, making it a little bit too early of a push. So now I have to play a little smarter. That's going to be really hard for me. Here comes the AMX M4. He's going to get a buff to his turret. He gives me side armor. Thank you very much. And hits me for only 208. I don't know if that's a stock gun or just a really low roll. I think it's a 240 Alpha gun. He just got a horrible low roll. But I don't want to give him too many of these. I'd like to shave off another chunk of armor off of him. There we go. Another chunk of armor. Another chunk of hit points off of him. Yep, it's a 240 Alpha gun. I can tell because that time it bounced and it showed the 240. Super Hellcat decides to YOLO in and do us a solid. He takes 2 hits, isn't able to kill him, and then I'm like, sorry dude, didn't really want to do that to you, but I did. Shoot him on the way, boom, there we go. 25-2 shoots the Su-100. The apartment block fires back, and down goes the 25/2, and we've basically crushed this over here. Now, at some point, I do admit I was wrong, I think, in chat. I did get a response, I think also in chat, maybe it was a message afterwards, at which point I said, well, I did say I was wrong. The thing about making prognostications is you got to have a reason for it. I was just, oh, I'm going to get a shot. No, oh. The thing about making the prognostications like that is you have to be willing to admit when you're wrong, right? The deployment didn't look great, but the guys over in the east did exactly what you need to do when you have a huge overmatch like that. They took the 34-3, they took the Super Pershing, they were backed up by the RHM, they had the T-29, I mean, they just had the beef over there. And they made it happen, so kudos to them, man. Bully for them, they did a nice job. I think if I had this to do over again, I'd be with the aggressive Su-100Y apartment block. That was the way to go. I thought I was being clever and I might find a TD back in the corner back here, but I was not being clever. We have 1881. I think I get some more damage out of here. Let's zoom this. 2 times. There we go. I got guys getting lit up. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the end of this. I have to go track down this silly Type 59. And look at where we are right now. We're at 12-4, but he makes this a lot more exciting than we want it to be. 34-3 pushes in. He starts trying to take on the E-25. I'm just going to keep going. Missed that shot. There's the AT-7. Put a little shot inside of him, but it doesn't kill him. Bummer, it doesn't even damage him. Now we're pushing at this type. This type's going to kill off the 34-3. Speed this up. Gets him. Artie's trying to track him down. I'm trying to be clever going around this direction. He kills the Su-100Y, so our apartment block is gone. I don't want him to know I'm here quite yet. And then he goes out in the open. Get 1 shot on him. He's going to return the favor, but I bounce it. Thank goodness. He takes another big hit, and now I'm feeling a little bit more confident because he really shaved down some of our defenders. All of a sudden, he's got 5 kills, and there's very few of us left. Thank goodness he got shredded a bit, because look what's left. We've got a 304, a KV-2. These are all one-shots to him, except for the Hellcat. And all of them are very able to bounce off of the 59. I have the hit points to take a hit. He sneaks one on me. I should have pushed him. That was dumb. Then I'm loading HE for some reason, and he dies. All right, so not really played very well at the end by me. But, man, I was starting to pucker up a little bit. I did not want to give this guy some kind of epic stand right there, but the IKV nukes him from the high altitude there. Nicely done by the team. Well done. 2,239. 561 assist. I thought maybe I didn't write it in there. Somebody thought he was going to solo everyone. You guys didn't. Yeah, it must have been a... it was definitely a message afterwards, now that I think about it. One of the guys sent it and said, oh, I guess we really lost that. And I'm like, look, I did say I was wrong. All right, that is all I've got for today. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, fellas, you got to play the game, and it's probably not worth complaining. I wish I could always be that, I don't know, wise. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could always be wise enough to keep my mouth shut. I'm better than I used to be. I'll tell you that. That's all I've got. See ya.